What's up, ladies and gentlemen of the internet? My name's Seth Plays, and we are back again with some more Trove. And today we're going to be talking about Luxion, this beautiful dumb idiot. I don't know why he's here like a day late, or maybe he's not here a day late. Maybe I'm just not keeping track of things, but it's kind of interesting just because there's been a lot of talk behind the scenes lately of whether Luxion was going to end up being, a weekly visit from now on, which I think was just a lot of people speculating because of the fact that he's selling us even more of his dragon souls. So we'll talk about all the things that he's going to end up giving us. One thing I did want to mention, which I actually really like that the devs ended up putting the effort in to actually do this, is when you're trying to buy the dragon souls from him, he sells 15 of them to you every visit, right? We need 100 souls in order to end up getting the entirety of the Luxion dragon, as well as the badges, which gives us tons of mastery. But the thing I think is really nice is now, anytime you end up buying one of these souls, that number, that 15 counter, actually continues to count down. Same with the DISPOILED Divinity. It says DISPOILED Divinity 1, so you can buy one DISPOILED Divinity, and then as soon as you buy it from him, it's just gone for good, instead of it just always indicating that it was the number. Which I do still find it a little bit disappointing that he doesn't just let us go to town and spend all of our dragon coins at once, rather than just doing Trove's favorite thing in 2018, time-gated content. Yeah. So we're not going to end up getting any new dragon out of this with his souls, but if you ended up actually completing the event a couple weeks ago, Luxion is missing, on top of buying the initial 15 souls off of him, you are going to be able to get up to 25. You should be able to get up to 25 so long as you bought the souls from him in the first place, and you're going to end up getting the dragon arsenal, which is going to end up coming with a weapon type for each of the characters, and we'll explore that and show what that is. The next reward is going to be at 50, so we're going to have to wait a couple visits for him to actually come around, I think. A little bit disappointing. But either way, he's going to sell the souls themselves, which is going to be 15 of them. You should check out my last Luxion video, because that's the one where we actually show what the entirety of the Luxion dragon is going to look like, because I was using some various mods that my friend Stratus ended up giving me. You get one extra DISPOILED Divinity, which, there's no reason not to get it. You know that eventually DISPOILED Divinity is going to become valuable. As of right now, it's kind of in the middle, but they keep on putting more and more things into the game that is going to end up taking them. A wall trophy for some weird reason. This Towering Eclipse helmet is actually brand new, so you're going to want to get this thing just so that you can end up getting the extra mastery. The helmet's actually pretty cool too, and always getting more helmets is always a good thing. Then we got a Benevolent Bovine, which that's going to end up being an item from the Chaos Chest. Actually, I don't have any of these mounts or allies set up, so just give me a second here, because I'm sure my game is going to crash over and over again. Well, we crashed 3 times. I was trying to type in the collections menu. The devs certainly did pick the perfect time for them to all just go on vacation, with the game being the most broken it's ever been thanks to the improvements update. Improvements update my foot. Now, anyways, we get the Benevolent Bovine, which you can see right here that because I can actually purchase more of these, it does mean that these are a tradable item. That's kind of what you can end up using for now and into the future with any Luxion videos that I end up putting out. If you can't put dragon coins towards something, it means that it's not tradable, but if you can continuously buy it, it does mean that it is a tradable item. So the Bovine right here used to be an item from the Chaos Chest. I don't know if it still is anymore. It was kind of weird how these guys got brought in, because they originally seemed like they were designed by the modder as being a new adventure item, like the Meounts and the Pemblocks and stuff like that. But instead, we ended up just getting them tacked on as a bunch of Chaos Chest rewards, login rewards, and a bunch of other weird stuff, right? And then this is going to end up being the melee weapon style for the Luxion stuff. I wish, I'm fine with you guys being fans and wanting to be in the videos, but seriously, please just stop standing on top of me when I'm trying to show stuff off. So anyway, this is the melee weapon. It's absolutely disgusting. Like, seriously, it's just a bunch of flux all tacked together. At least it's got some glowy blocks to it, as you can see on the edges of the hilt, which I kind of like, but I don't know, it's kind of gross. And then anyways, we've got the gun style right here. If I could ever just show you guys what this actually looks like, it's disgusting. It really is. I don't even know how this is like a flux gun style. It's just golden, but this is going to end up being the Rampaging Raptor, which you can see is I don't know. There's not really that much to it. It's a pretty old mount though, and I kind of like it just because it makes me nostalgia, because it actually reminds me of a lot of toys when I was growing up with the Spawn comic series. I never ended up reading the comics or anything like that, but I always really admired the artistic direction, and having a rampaging raptor just kind of makes me think of that, or like Beast Wars or something like that. I don't know, I just get all nostalgic for it. And then there's the Hungry Hydraken ally, which we're gonna take a peek at right here. This is an ally you definitely want to get your hands on, guys and gals, because there's not going to be any way of actually getting it from now on into the future outside of buying it from Luxion, because normally you would actually get from the login tokens. This was the, I don't remember which month it was, but one of the months ended up actually getting us that bad boy, right? And what he's gonna do is give you 3% to your crit hit, 25% crit damage, and then 55 magic find, making it the most magic find you ever get from any ally in the entire game. Again, you gotta consider that your magic find, I'm pretty sure, is like doubled if you end up actually having patron, right? It says something like that. Oh, there, right where it says better drops, double magic find. I just wanted to double check and confirm it. I don't know why I lost track of it. What can I say? I've been really busy. There's lots of stuff going on that I will actually talk about in my Q&A video, which I'm hoping to either come out later today or hopefully tomorrow. Anyways, this is going to end up being the staff style, which I actually really like this staff style. You know, the weapon itself and the gun I don't really like, but the staff style, this thing's beautiful, dude. Like, they actually put a little bit of effort into this one, so I really enjoy it. I really think it's cool. And then you're going to end up having the Radiant Butterfly, which was an event mount. Unfortunately, it's not tradable. I wish that it was, because this is something that I would say is worth investing in, because this was the first mount in the game that they ever added that actually flies in the air while you're standing still, which I think that more mounts in the game need to actually do this. Personally, I would rather have like you know, like a bird mount or something like that. It just makes me think of World of Warcraft. They got plenty of mounts that have a very nice idle animation, but with this guy, it's cool and it's kind of realistic in that it feels very weighted. Like, it feels like this thing is a ton of bricks and it's just struggling to keep itself up in the air, you know what I mean? But it also was kind of one of the lamest, you know, attempts at making a cool mount in the game, just because they ended up stealing the wing video effects from the air dragon, thus making the air dragon itself, the air primordial dragon, that much less cool, you know? But it's got really nice video effects, and when you fly with it, I mean, it doesn't really glide or flap its wings or anything. It just kind of glides and looks like a giant weird carpet thing, but it's still a really cool mount, dude. Like, seriously, very majestic, very radiant, you know. There's a lot to like about it. If you're going just for a mount or something out here that's just for aesthetic, I would say that you just go for that. Then we got the bow style right here, which I don't like it. I don't like it. It's another one of these weird stick bows, you know? Like, it's just, I really don't like it. I guess that it's supposed to be tiny little bits of flux on the side. I know that my fire video effects and everything is kind of covering it. Sorry, but also not sorry at the same time. There's not really much I can do about it. And then I think last but not least, we've already just got the spear style, which really like this as well. It looks really cool. Oh yeah, and then there's that weird helmet that I gotta show you guys in a minute. But I really like the way that the spear looks. I mean, it's a bit big. Originally, when Stratos was actually data mining for all the Luxion stuff, so that we could see what all these weapons look like and everything like that, we thought that this was the staff. And, you know, it kind of looks good as a staff. It doesn't inherently look that good as a spear. It looks good as just a generic type of weapon or something. I wish that we would end up having Flux-themed costumes for all of the characters. That would be really cool, but that would, of course, be a little bit too much of an extra step for them to do something like that, right? And then here's going to end up being the helmet. It's going to go with a lot, so you're definitely going to want to grab it. It goes with a lot of costume styles. It goes with all the Divinity styles, as you can see right here. But also goes with, there's that Shadow Hunter costume, the Shadow Stain? No, it's, I don't know what it's called. I completely forget. But then I guess I should also show you guys just the Luxion mount itself, just in case you didn't end up checking out my last video about, which we should actually be able to get ourselves the fledgling here. If this is your first time, you know, with Luxion, you should be able to get this. I'm pretty sure, just because it's the fledgling. Well, you're gonna get the dragon crown. I guess I should have shown that off, but I don't really care. The dragonling ally at 5 and the fledgling at 10. So even if this is your first time seeing Luxion, you're gonna end up getting a whole lot of mastery out of them because of the fact that you're gonna end up getting all of this stuff. And then you're just going to end up having a bunch of extra souls, which, as you can see right here, has some nice video effects, which Of course, looks like the Bone Dragon's fireballs. And if you're like me and you ended up catching not only the event, but the first time Luxion came around, you're going to be at 35 souls, which is pretty darn nice. Now, the ally itself is actually not too bad, especially if you're a starting player. The Dragon Crown itself is okay, and I'll leave you guys to discover that for yourselves. But otherwise, if you absolutely cannot wait to see all of the other Luxion stuff, again, refer to my last Luxion video. I'll put it at the end of this video. So that you can check it out for yourselves and kind of see, spoiler alert, of what the final dragon's gonna look like and stuff like that. That said, you know, a little bit of a disclaimer to that video, which I do actually mention in that video, is that it's all modded in items, so we don't know what it's officially going to look like. A little bit of feedback just towards this fledgling, last but not least, is that I wish that the fledglings would just get rid of their wings, man, because I would actually be very, very inclined to use this as just kind of a lizard mount rather than having it as a dragon, because we haven't had anything like that where the devs or even a modder has ended up taking a dragon skeleton and just removing its wings completely for a fledgling version of the dragon and just no wings altogether. I understand what they're going for because, you know, the wings are like growing out of it as it becomes an adult, but I still personally prefer if we ended up actually having no wings on this guy. It would actually look really, really cool. Also, devs, can you please put this shadow stain down a little bit so that it's actually inside my character's head like this one? Jeez Louise. Yes, last but not least, I am going to have a video that's going to be talking about how you actually get yourselves headless. Oh, and then I guess this is the fist style. I completely forgot because that's right. The Vanguard, since he's been released, has not gotten like any fish styles. I think we got the Divinity fish style and that was pretty much it. And that was in the game's code since day one. But now we actually got these weird pokey flux fists, which, I mean, hey, any fist styles is definitely good, even if it's just the corner of a flux item or something. But in either case, that's gonna do it for me today, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Very much appreciate it. Don't forget to like, sub, and hit that notification bell. If you want to support me, you can always hit that join button down below to become a member. Got another video that's gonna be talking about what perks you're gonna get from that. But otherwise, you can check the description for my merch. We got the new merch as well in the store, which I have ordered my copy. I don't have it yet, so I can't show it off in the videos, but it's more meme worthy if you've been keeping up with our comments videos and stuff like that. But if you don't have any money, you can check links down below for Gawkbox, which is a way that you can actually donate to me for free. It doesn't work for everyone in Europe, unfortunately. I wish that it would. Have yourselves a great day, everybody. Sayonara and stay epic.